Hi everyone, it's Lisa and Luna from Don't Run with Scissors, back with another Technique Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own envelopes, and if you don't have the tool that I have, you can probably use the cheat sheet that I'll post online and mathematically figure it out if you're so inclined to do so. But I never know what size card I'm going to make, and sometimes I use pre-cut ones that I can buy in the store. Sometimes I make my own, like this card that I did a couple weeks back with the colored pencils. I just never know what the size is going to be, so that leaves me a little envelope-less. And this is why it's so great to have the We Are Memory Keepers envelope scoring system and how to make that. So there's two things you have to do. One, you have to decide how are you delivering your card. If you're going to deliver your card by hand, it really doesn't matter what kind of quality paper you pick because you have the control on the scoring and putting the envelope together. If you're going to be putting it in the U.S. Postal Service, you need to pick a piece of cardstock that will withstand going through the sorting systems and the delivery system of the United States Postal Service. You just never know. So you want to pick a sturdier cardstock that will withstand that system. So because I'm going to hand deliver this to a coworker whose birthday's coming up, I can pick a flimsier piece of paper. I picked this pad up, K&C Company, 360 sheets from Joann's, and when it was on sale and clearance, so I think I spent $6 on it. This was ridiculously cheap. And it's white on the opposite side, so that's a nice feature too. It's not back to back, but it has all sorts of flowers and butterflies and patterns that you can use. Great for envelopes, great for backgrounds. It's all in how you decide to use it. So I did pick a piece of cardstock that's going to go with my card. And you're going to say, hey, that's kind of dark for an envelope, but I'll show you what we can do with it after. So the second thing you have to do is figure out how big your card is. So I'm going to take my ruler and measure it. And it's 5 inches by 4. And this is where the system comes in. So this is what the Score Pal envelope punch board comes from We Are Memory Keepers. And it also comes with these extra sheets. And it has all the cheat sheets for how to make an envelope. Some of these are 12 by 21. That's ridiculous. 29 by 29. But it tells you how big the piece of paper needs to be. So because my card is 4 by 5, it's also 5 by 4. You can look for your measurement that way. I'm not going to try to zoom in because I'm not going to try to make it even more blurry than it is. But there's 3 columns: card size, paper size, and score line. And the directions are here, but a lot of people don't read directions, so here we go. My card size is 4 by 5, so I'm going to scroll down and I come down here to 4 by 5. It tells me that the piece of paper that I picked has to be 7.5 by 7.5. So here's the piece of paper that I picked. And as you can see, I made a mess of tearing it, but that's because I knew I was going to cut it off and trim it because it's going to be a different size for the envelope. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to cut at 7.5. Good piece of paper to do something with, by 7.5. And there you have it. Somehow, some way, this card will now be wrapped up with this piece of paper. So we're going to come back. Don't need these. And this is the only time you're going to use the number that you're going to find. So I'm down here. It's 4 by 5. My paper is 7.5 by 7.5. I need to have a score line at 3 3/8. So I'm going to take my little scoring tool, and this is the only time you're going to use this measurement line. I need to find where 3 3/8 is, line up my piece of paper. Actually, the button stuck. There it is. 3 3/8, and you're going to push the button, and then you're going to score from that. So in here, there's a lineup. There's a line that's pointing, and also a notch that matches up with the score line that ends up down here. So let's show you that real quick. So there's a score line right here, and that's what you're going to follow. Now remember when I said if you're going to hand deliver this or not? This is where it matters how hard you press when you're scoring. Because I am going to deliver this, it's a flimsier piece of paper, I'm not going to score very heavily. So I have my one line. Yay! So then, from here, you're going to flip it. Score guide, you're going to line up that line that you just made with that, push the button so that it pops back up would be nice. Come on. There you go. And you're going to score. Again, nice and light. And your score lines should match right in the middle of where that fold should be. I'm going to flip it again. Line up with my line. Punch. Come on. I think that's up. And score. And the last one. Oh, what's going on here? I think I got envelope glue in it. This isn't good. Alright, let's finish up the last one here. Punch and score. So if you can see on my paper, all four, they all line up in the corners, which means you knew you did it right. And you can put this aside, or if you want, you can trim your edges. In the back side here, they have this little punch that just rounds your edges, like a photo edge flipper from any of the other companies that make those photo edge poppers. I'm not quite sure why this is sticking. So we're gonna move on. Okay. So all you need to do is fold in. And you can do it however you want. Tabs in. And I'm gonna just put some tape runner in here. Again, because I'm hand delivering this, I'm not worried so much about the durability of it staying together. And somehow, some way, your card now fits in your envelope. There you have it. So, two finishing items. Because this is nice and dark, you can't exactly write on that very well, even if you were going to mail it and it was a nice piece of cardstock. So I took the cardstock that I used, the blue on the paper, and I cut out a tag that I can put on the front of my envelope. So I can write her name in there. And then there's envelope gum. Who knew this existed? So you ever wonder how you lick an envelope and make it stick? This is the stuff. So you want to take a big bristle brush, nothing special, and get some glue on there and just go on the outline. Once it's dried, you can lick it and stick it. So it's pretty neat. It doesn't take too long to dry. Just like an envelope. Makes you very professional. So there you have it. You can see the gloss on there probably from the glue. So you are all set. That's how you can send your card. And it fits right in. So the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board, it's a great little system. I'm going to have to figure out why my button doesn't work so good. And so I can make some more envelopes coming up. So I hope you learned how to use something, or maybe perhaps something you need to add to your repertoire for crafting items. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.